Please welcome to the stage the founder and CEO of Sketch, Mr. Pieter Omvlee. Okay, so let's don't have to say a word. Don't say a word. We will jump straight in with the questions. We've only got 10 minutes. Okay, so if you'd like to ask a question, you put your hand up. If you can just say who you are, who you represent, and then away you go.
Hey, thank you. Hi, Peter. Me again.
Hello.
How you doing? You right? With Adobe XD doing their prototyping and stuff, what's the kind of competitiveness going to be? What are you going to do about it? And what's your future plans and stuff?
What are we going to do about Adobe XD and specifically the prototyping feature they have? Well, it's true we don't have the prototyping built in like they do, but like we have this big plugin ecosystem around us that has, you can do your prototyping needs with Framer and Flinto, Flinto, Principle, all of those. Even in Vision. So I think, and those third-party solutions, they have such a range from really simple to really complex that I think like that what we can offer with Sketch is much better than the one way that XD offers. So.
Okay, other questions?
Hi, I use like a lot of symbols within Sketch, and it's kind of annoying that I always need to go to a separate page to edit my symbols instead of being able to edit them on the screen which I'm designing. That's a problem that XD, I think, solved. Is Sketch going to do that? Because I love Sketch.
Yeah, I understand your frustration if you have to jump in and out of symbols all the time. This is something that I think we can improve, but we're also trying to keep a very deliberate distinction between the instance and the symbol, just to make it clear, like what you change when you change something on the symbol, like the overrides or the size. You are really sure that it does not impact any other objects in your document. Whereas if you added the master, you know that everything will change everywhere. So we think it is important to keep that distinction, but there are maybe ways that we can improve that. Yes.
Hey there, over here, Jake. On the back of that, how do you balance the need for new features and features that are requested with your vision for where you want it to be and how you want it to be used for its creators?
Well, especially in the early days, we were really just executing sort of on our own vision. Like the application got started because I had a simple drawing application already, and I teamed up with the designer, and our goal was like, can we transform this little application that I already had into an application that you can use for your design needs. So, and that's like from version 2 to version 3. That was basically our goal, and now we've grown so much since, and we have so much more input that now, yeah, there are things like huge companies ask us for that we just wouldn't run into ourselves in our daily work, and now we need to take those into account as well, which we try to do. But at the same time, you do want to keep it really like your own app. Like you don't want to build like a new Photoshop, but you just added every feature that everybody ever asked for. So it's a balance, and sometimes we say no to popular features because of that. So.
Hi, I'm Mace from Scotty, and I have a question about your new pricing model. It's quite a bit different from the more traditional models because with Sketch you can purchase like a year of feature updates. Mm-hmm. Why did you choose for this model, and is it successful in your opinion?
There are a few reasons why we chose for this model. So, first, the traditional model would be like at some point during the lifetime of, let's say, Sketch 3, you buy the app and you have to pay again one version 4 comes out, and you are really lucky when you buy it when you buy it just when Sketch 3 comes out. But you can also get unlucky where you buy it like 6 months before version 4 comes out, and then you won't basically get any updates because we are already hard at work on version 4. We found that it was also limiting for us because you always realize that you're trying to delay these big features that you really want to do until the next major update. Like we really wanted to redo our symbols, but we knew like, well, if we just put this big redesign of symbols into version 3.5, then we need to put something really big into version 4, because otherwise people are like, yeah, well, we'll be like, yeah, but you just gave us that. Why should I pay for this again? And so there were so many of those big ones that we knew, like, well, we can't put them all in version 4. So these big things we want to do should go in version 4, and then we need to wait another 2 years for version 5, where we want to put these features. And then before you know it, you're already planning 4 years out. This doesn't really work, especially if your competitors and they are not limited by these kind of decisions. So we decided to do away with these major feature updates that you'd have to pay for. But we also didn't want to go to a subscription model, because we, like, well, when you use Sketch, you will create a lot of files, and if you have no more access to those files when you stop paying, like it's almost like we hold you ransom to keep paying us, and just because you might need those files one day. So we had the idea, like, well, when you buy Sketch, you can use it for as long as you want, just like in the old model. If you bought Sketch version 3 and you decided you don't want version 4, you can just keep using version 3 as long as you want. But instead of waiting until the next major version, just a year of updates you get, and after that you will stay on that version. We think that this is a good deal for customers, and it also frees us from the burden of having to put major features into like version 4 and version 5 and version 6. And also, like, you have like what we all have with Microsoft Office. It's like Word 2000, Word 2000 probably had every feature you wanted, but they need to charge you again for upgrade, so they come up with features that nobody really needs. So we think this avoids all of that.
Okay, other questions? Just like having Pieter in your living room and you can just fire away questions over coffee.
Hi, Matthijs here. So I've been following a lot of designers and developers on Twitter, you as well. And I noticed there's a growing distaste maybe for Apple hardware and a growing taste for the Windows hardware. Would that be something you would want to monetize one day?
Well, the thing with Sketch is we were able to build what we did because we built it all on Apple's frameworks and language. And if we wanted to make a version for Windows, it would mean basically rewriting the entire app. We only have a small team. It's like this is not something to take tightly. So of course, yeah, I am concerned if Apple neglects the Mac for too long. But they have recently come out with this public, like, we are sorry for having ignored the Pro hardware for so long. So I have hope, and we'll see. Any?
Yeah, my name is Sonny Gessian from the Dutch company Oxygen Software. Big fan of Sketch. Thank you so much for creating it. My question is, where do you guys work? In the Netherlands, or the United States, and how big is your team?
We are currently 22 people. The entire company is remote. It's Look, I live and work in The Hague. We have one guy in Amsterdam, and the rest is abroad: England, Portugal, Spain.
All right. So there's no kind of headquarter or something. All
No.
right. And can I add another question? Google Ventures is one of your investors, is it right?
No, we have no investors.
All right.
So.
Okay, thanks.
So. Any final
Guess what?
questions?
This has been already over 10 minutes. I'm sure, unfortunately, we don't have enough time, but I'm sure you two can grab a coffee a little bit later on or straight away, and you can ask all the questions you want. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Pieter Omvlee.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.